You just pop that open. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Today is a huge day for the unemployed. I didn't have a pre-order. I didn't plan on getting this today. I just walked into Best Buy and I was like, y'all got the Switch too? And they're like, yeah, you see that line right there with like 4 people on it? I was like, bet. And they're just like, go ahead. I was like, no way, there's no way. I thought he misunderstood me. I thought maybe he thought that I thought I needed a pre-order and I had already had one. Answer was no. All right, and that's it. I just bought one and walked out. It is June 5th. I did not expect to get a Switch 2 this early, this easily, without a pre-order, and I'm super stoked. So I'm going to tell you the full story, but I do want to open this up really quick. Obviously we have the Mario Kart World bundle, okay, because apparently this game's going to be like 70-80 bucks, so I figured I'd pick it up now. Kind of a bummer that it's just the digital version and not the physical copy, but I guess there really is no such thing as physical games anymore, which is a huge bummer. But yeah, this is the box. We got a bunch of cool graphics on the side. Honestly, the box looks pretty much identical to the OLED Switch, which is, I don't know, that seems like it's probably a bummer, right? It's probably a bummer that it looks the same, so people aren't even gonna really know, like on the shelf, people aren't gonna know that this is a different console besides the big two there, right? But you know, one thing I've learned over my years, I'm 30, I've learned that people are pretty stupid. So people are probably just going to think this is just like a pro version of the Switch or something like that. So let's go ahead and make the surgical incision here and just cut this bad boy open real quick and let's see what's inside. So this, like I said, I did not even plan on getting this. I didn't plan on making this video. I missed the pre-order. I thought I'd have to wait like a month or two to get it, but anyway, there are some instructions here and it says to plug it in. Can you believe it? You gotta plug it in. What a scam. All right, and then step 2, set it up. Oh, I have to set it up. That's crazy. Anyway, the moment of truth here, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The presentation is gorgeous. Let me see here. It looks like the plastic is already kind of scuffed on the screen. I wonder if that's actually on the console or not. It looks like it's fine. It looks fine. There's no problems with the console itself, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Good job, Nintendo. Looks absolutely flawless. So let's just put this aside for a second. Okay, basically looks like a tablet. This is my Lenovo Legion tablet and this is the Switch 2. So pretty much the tablet's got a case on it. The tablet's a little taller, okay, but if you got one of these, it's about the same size, similar thickness. It's maybe a little bit thicker, but that's expected because controllers and hardware go on there. Here's the original Switch, which is actually super tiny compared to this, because not only is it a lot smaller, as you can see, but also the bezels are freaking fat on this thing. I haven't played this thing in probably a month or something. I think it's dead, so it's, yeah, oh no, we're good. We got some battery. Oh, it shut off again. Anyway, there's your little size comparison. All right, let's take a look at the Joy-Cons here. These are definitely bigger, which is fantastic because the other Joy-Cons are tiny. These look great. Let's slide these out here really quick. We've got the orange or red one, whatever you want to call it, and we got the blue one over here, and these feel way better in my hands than the original Switch's Joy-Cons. These like actually are made for adults because they know that everyone who's going to buy one of these is a man-child. So that is fantastic news again for the unemployed. So that is that. If you guys don't know, I do have another YouTube channel. This is my side channel and I'm not actually unemployed. That's my job. Anyway, inside this little booklet here, we have the health and safety warning, basically saying, hey, if you get seizures, don't play this, and if you do play this, you can't sue us. Here we've got Mario Kart World. Can you believe that? This is the whole game in 2025, the whole friggin' game. This is $80 right here. That's it. That's crazy. No manuals or nothing. All right, taking a look at this, we've got an HDMI cable, ladies and gentlemen. Is it branded? It is ultra certified cable, ultra high speed. Wow, dude, it is actually not Nintendo branded. It is literally just, oh, it is. I'm a liar. It's on there. It's Nintendo branded. That's pretty cool. Not that that matters at all, but you know, fine details are cute. Here we've got these straps, which are actually not even anything remotely close to what they were for the last Switch console. They're literally just little brackets basically that kind of round off the edges here, it looks like. Let's go ahead and pop one of these on. So if we do this, it just kind of clicks on there. I don't think there's anything special. The buttons are still exposed, so you can still use it like that, which is really cool. Buttons feel about the same as, I don't know if you can hear that, It's about the same as the regular Switch button. They're definitely smaller, right? The buttons are definitely a lot smaller, as you can see here on the original Switch, bigger on the Switch 2. But yeah, how do we take this off? You just press that button on the back and it pops off. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know if anyone's even going to really use these, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. There's the button. Taking a look down here, we've got the power adapter and cable. All right, and this, let me just give you the little view in here. Okay, that's the view on the inside of the box. We have a USB-C to USB-C power cable. I know it's not out of focus, I apologize. And here is the power brick. This dude is thick, bro. This thing is huge. Got the Nintendo branding on there. It's a little bit shiny, as you can see. Pretty sweet, nice matte finish. This is the output goes up to 60 watts, it looks like, which is pretty fast. I mean, you could literally use this as a fast charger for anything that is USB-C, basically. So that's pretty cool. Here we have the Switch 2 I guess dock for the controllers themselves, and there's actually nothing special about this. It is actually just a piece of plastic. You can see where the connector goes in here, because as you can see, there's a hole on the side here for where the connector slides in, but on this it's just a piece of plastic basically to just slide in there, and that's it. I guess there's magnets in there, and you just kind of set it there. It's good to go. Magnets keep it in place. I can't remove it. All right, so magnets are strong. You actually do have to press the buttons on the back, although I feel like I could easily imagine myself accidentally clicking these. Well, maybe not. You do have to press it a little bit hard, but yeah, these buttons feel great. The profile of the controller is really nice. It's actually almost like a right angle. It's close to a right angle there, which is pretty cool. Really like this. Feels good. It feels very flat. It feels almost like a small square tablet that you're holding here, and like it kind of is. Look at the fingerprints. I'm a sweaty boy. I'm a sweaty boy. It's already all over there. That's disgusting. Anyway, going a little bit deeper into the box here. Okay, we've got ourselves a dock. All right, so we're gonna be docking in this video. I know that you guys appreciate when we dock together, so that's very cute. And that's pretty much it. The box is empty. That's the dock. We're docking now, and let's actually pop this bad boy out of the plastic. We have really big vents on the top here, which is great. I know, for example, sorry if I've been a little bit out of focus here. I know, for example, like sometimes mine gets real hot just spinning up the old Switch, right? And also my girlfriend, she's got 2 cats, right? She's got 2 lovely, beautiful cats. Love them to death. Okay, but I suspect that cat hair probably gets into the Switch pretty easily if you lay it down on like the couch, for example, after the kitties have been sleeping there all day. So bigger vents basically is good. So let's go ahead and slide this into the dock here. Okay, and we'll get the full docking experience on camera, and that's it. It sticks out the top just like the other Switch did. You can see my little monitor right there. That's me. I'm recording. And hi, how are you? On the bottom, looks like more vents on the bottom, which is actually really cool. I like that a lot. It doesn't really sit snug in the dock, which I really enjoy, because I feel like the other Switch kind of almost rubbed against the dock when you would slide it in, and it seems like they've learned their lesson there. You can see that there's actually some space. You can see right through it. It kind of just like, it can be wobbly, honestly, but at the end of the day, like I'd almost prefer that, because it's going to be stationary, right? Like it's going to be stationary on the desk. I'd rather it be wobbly and not risk scratching the screen over, you know, you're going to have this thing for 5 years. It's going to slide in and out, in and out, in and out, you know what I'm saying? And when you slide it in and out, a lot of times, sometimes there's friction, you know what I mean? And that could, you know, leave some marks on the screen. So I'm glad that you know, there's a little bit of room there, which is cool. If we take a look at the back of the dock here, you just pop that open. Oh, it just comes right off. That's freaking awful design, actually. I thought it would be hinged because the other Switch was hinged. See, this is, you know, I'm not prepared for this, right? I did not expect to get one of these. I didn't watch reviews. I didn't watch unboxings. I saw the reveal and that was it. Okay, but here we go. That's pretty much it. It just kind of pops right off. I guess you just leave it off. I guess it's probably better for ventilation if you leave it off, to be honest with you. So that's pretty cool. Although if you cover it, then you at least can, I mean, it's still got vents here, so at least you can block some of the dust if you leave it covered. I'll probably leave it covered, to be honest, but yeah. And we also have the LAN port here, so no more 500-hour downloads for a 2 GB game. All right, so at least hopefully. It's really cool that that is built in finally in 2025. Jesus Christ. And that's it. So let's go ahead and plug this in, and I'll tell you the quick story. I'll tell you the quick story about how I got this. Okay, so as you guys know, and I mentioned this in my previous videos, we've been covering the Switch 2 release kind of loosely on the channel here, and I basically said that I didn't get a pre-order because I forgot that they changed the pre-order date because of the tariffs. And by the time I remembered, oh, today's the day for pre-orders, it was like 4 p.m. right? And those pre-orders were gone at like 12:01 a.m. They were gone immediately, right? So let's actually pop these on here for the first time. Ooh, it's looking good, boys. The matte black is so clean. It actually did come with some battery. I don't know if you saw that there, but oh, it's on. Honestly, super relaxing music. I'm gonna set this up in just a second, but yeah, so let me tell you how I got one of these, because some of you guys might be wondering, and maybe it's easy for you to get it as well, so I'm just gonna share with you. I was going to UPS. I had to return an Amazon package, okay, and I return the package. I order a Starbucks coffee, and basically I go to pick up my coffee, and I remember that there's a Best Buy on the second floor of that sort of outdoor mall. Okay, it was the Best Buy in Rego Park, the new one that just opened. I think it's on Junction Boulevard. Okay, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well just hop in there, just gonna see, just why not? I got nothing to lose. It's right there. I'll just go up the stairs. I'll just ask them if they have one. Worst they can say is no, I look like an idiot, and I walk out. Okay, and as I walk out of the Starbucks, there's a little kid. He's probably 8 years old, little chubby dude. All right, really cute kid. All right, he's standing there. He's got the big Best Buy bag, and I see him pull the Switch out of the bag, and I'm like, first of all, chill out. We're in Queens. You're about to get mugged, boy. Like, you're about to get absolutely, I almost beat him up. You know, I feel like I could have took his dad. I could have beat him up, right? So I see the kid pull out the Switch in the broad daylight in Queens. I'm like, buddy, what are you doing? But then I was like, okay, well, what time is it? It's 10:30 in the morning. Best Buy opened 30 minutes ago. If you just bought that, right, which means you weren't here for some midnight thing or some pre-release early line or whatever. If you just got that, maybe they do have them, right? So I got excited. I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm hot. So I go up the stairs. I'm looking behind me, seeing if anybody else notices that kid's got a Switch 2, which means they might have Switch 2 in stock, right? So I go up there and I see the stanchions, right? I see like the ropes. They obviously had a line before the store opened, right? And it was gone. They were breaking down the stanchions. They were breaking down this like portable line. And so I'm thinking, oh, like that's it, you know, like party's over. They just sold the last couple. They're breaking down the line. I'm gonna be screwed, right? So I walk in, dude's right, there's an employee right at the counter there. He looks, there was a guy in front of me. He looks around him. He goes, hey, what's up? What do you need? And I was like, what are the odds you guys have a Switch 2? He's like, yep, right on the line there. And I was like, even if I don't have a pre-order, and he didn't really say anything, he just pointed at the line, and there was like maybe 4 or 5 people online and like 3 people at the counter. So I walk up to the line and I turn and I look at where the employees are standing. I look behind the counter. Switch 2s freaking everywhere, bro. They had like on the top shelf, they had like 30 of them with big stickers on them. So I assume those were like pre-orders or online orders or something like that, although I don't think the online order started yet. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they had big stickers on the top. Those obviously weren't for sale, but then they had on the counter right behind them, they had a whole bunch stacked up with the Mario Kart bundle. Then they had a couple left of the standard bundle without Mario Kart, and I was like, no way I'm about to get this lucky, right? Because I look and I'm like, there's definitely more Switch consoles than 4 people in front of me, right? So I got excited. I started texting my friends. I'm like, bro, hey JP, yo, you want one of these? In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna buy at least 3 of them, right? I'm gonna get at least 3 because I know my buddy Phoenix wants one too, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, how many can I get? Like, are they gonna let me get more? Even if my friends don't want one, maybe my girlfriend wants it, right? So I'm thinking like I'm at least getting 2 or 3 of them, right? So nobody texted me back, right? By the time I get to the front of the line, sorry JP, I tried. And this is why it's a big day for the unemployed, right? Because I just walked in there. I'm just Thursday morning, 10:30 in the morning, right? I just walking in there like, hey, what up, dude? Yo, hey, you got the new Switch? Oh, you do? Sick. Anyway, I get to the counter, right? And I'm like, hey, I don't have a pre-order, like, can I get the Switch 2? And she was like confused. She's like, what do you mean? Like, do you want to buy this? And I was like, yeah, that's why I'm here. And she's like, great, yeah, do you want this one or do you want the other? I'm like, first of all, how many can I buy? And she's like, oh no, it's only 1 per customer. So then, I kind of got annoyed, but also to their credit, shout out to Best Buy or Nintendo or whoever's rule it was, 1 per customer is low key the way they should be doing, right? As annoying as it is for my friends that missed out on getting a Switch 2 today, it is actually the best way to do it, right? Because otherwise Scalpers would buy 20 of them. And when I got there would have been none left. Like, let's just be real, right? So they say it's 1 per customer. I pay with my card, throw it in the bag, walk out. The hardest part about the entire experience was walking back through Rego Park, through Elmhurst to my apartment without getting mugged, right? Because I had this big old Best Buy bag. That was it. The hardest part was just not getting my rocked, which was awesome, right? So huge kudos to the entire launch. Honestly, this is probably the best Nintendo launch that I've ever seen, and I'm 30, so I've seen a lot of them. All right, my neck hurts right now, and so does my lower back, and so I'm getting old, and I've seen lots of Nintendo launches, and this might just be the smoothest one, right? Nintendo obviously overstocked the out of this console because they knew it would would be something that was heavily scalped. And so my advice to you, if you guys are scalpers, if you're watching this video, whatever the case might be, why you might be watching this, I don't know. My advice, guys, if you're trying to scalp this thing, just sell it for like 550, 600 with shipping, right? Like just squeeze a tiny profit out of it and get it off your hands, because I feel like it's going to be easier to get the Switch 2 than people thought, especially if they keep enforcing that one per customer policy, which I hope that they do. All in all, the scalpers, I'm super stoked that I was able to just walk in and get it. So again, kudos to Nintendo, Best Buy, whoever's rule they were following. It was awesome. I didn't have to buy a bundle, I didn't have to buy a game with it, I didn't have to buy a controller. There was no scam like GameStop was trying to do. Okay, so this might be the best Nintendo release. I'm stoked about that. And huge shout out to the Rego Park Best Buy. They were so freaking nice, so chill. They had a bunch of employees. It looked like they were happy to be there for this launch, which was awesome. So it was honestly the best experience I've ever had buying a console. Just walk in, yeah, I want it, and I leave. That was it. I remember the Switch 1, I had to wait like a month to get that thing, which was crazy. That was back in 2017. So I'm really happy I got my hands on this, honestly, and hopefully it's that easy for you guys to get your hands on one if you can. And the other thing too, just while I'm talking my shit, okay, because people were saying, oh, the price is so high, bro, everyone's gonna boycott Nintendo. Oh my god, it's unbelievable that a console would cost $500, even though consoles have costed $500 since like the PS3 days. It's unbelievable Nintendo would do that. People were lined up, people pre-ordered it. They're gonna have absolutely no problem selling this thing, absolutely no problem selling it. So stoked about that. Anyway, let me go ahead and accept the end user license agreement, which I definitely read the whole thing. Let me go ahead and set up my internet. Oh, what's my freaking password? I feel like I gotta dry off my greasy fingers before I type in. Connected immediately. Is there going to be, oh my god, there's a day one patch. There's a day one patch. What is this, a Blizzard game? Pick my time zone. You're connected to the internet, you should know. Oh, the scrolling is nice and smooth. The refresh rate doesn't look very good, to be honest with you. I don't know, I don't know what the specs are of the refresh rate on the screen, but they bundled New York with Montreal and Toronto for the time zone. We're way better than them. Stop it. The system can stand at whatever angle you like. Just pull out the rear stand. Okay, cool. Oh, and you can charge on the top, it says. This is the stand. Oh, that's a really strong hinge. That actually is really solid. Even all the way back here, I don't know, I feel like you'd have to really try to, well, I mean, I don't know, if I really wanted to I could break it, like if you just grabbed it like that, but like you can definitely hold it by this thing and not feel bad about it at all. That's pretty good. That's a better hinge than I thought it would be. Now they're teaching me how to detach the right Joy-Con too, so let's detach that. Boom. Detach the left Joy-Con too as well. All right, there we go. Select next with the controller you removed. Oh, so they want me to like literally put this, they want me to stand this up right here and actually get the full experience. This is actually nice. I have a nice viewing angle here. Downloading data, 6 minutes left. 6 minutes, bro? What? Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna wait for the 6 minutes. You guys get the drill. I just wanted to share with you guys the unboxing, my story, how I got one, and hopefully you guys have as good of an experience as I did, because this was super easy. I was pleasantly surprised. As just a fan of Nintendo products, I was stoked for the Switch 2, but I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get one, and honestly, they made it super easy, super smooth. So as a customer, like, yo, shout out to Nintendo. I thought we were gonna have a Pokemon card situation again. I thought we'd have adults throwing hands, beating the shit out of each other, you know what I mean? Huge recession indicator, by the way. But oh, now it's 7 minutes. How is that possible? How are you making progress and then getting more time? Anyway, with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a quick thumbs up. Takes 1 second. It really helps out the channel a ton. It pushes this video into the algorithm so other people might see it. And while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel for more content on Nintendo games. Comment down below if you got your hands on a Switch 2. Are you going to get one? Do you not care? Were you unable to get one? Was it sold out near you? I want to hear your stories down below. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.